Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I will be doing my Bare Minerals Q&A video, and basically what I did was that I requested that you guys ask me all of your questions about Bare Minerals on every one of my social media platforms. So I got questions from my Instagram, from my Twitter, here on YouTube, and here on my Facebook page. So the reason I wanted to do this video is because recently on my, I think this is my highest viewed video on YouTube, and it's the how to properly use your Bare Minerals starter kit video. I get so many questions daily on that video that sometimes I don't even know where to start because there's so many. So I wanted to let you guys have the opportunity to just ask me questions and me be able to answer them in one video. And I thought this would be a great reference for new subscribers and future subscribers to come to if they are having a problem or if they just want to know a simple fact about Bare Minerals. And I just thought this would be good because I know I do a lot of Bare Mineral videos on my channel. I think that's what I represent the most, and you know, it's a company that I believe in, and it's a product that I believe in. So I got a lot of questions from you guys, and I'm also going to take some of the most asked questions on my how to properly use your Bare Mineral starter kit video. I'm going to get some questions off there because I think there were some good questions on there too. And yep, I'll just be answering all of your questions. A few of you guys mentioned that you thought that I should do this regularly. And I guess I'll just kind of have to see how many questions, you know, if there's repeated questions, or if someone, you know, is wanting to learn new information. I will always do videos over, you know, the new Bare Mineral products and things like that. But I guess we'll just kind of have to see where the questions go kind of after this video. So I'm going to be answering all of your questions in this video. I'm so sorry if it ends up being long. I may have to do a part 2 of it, but nevertheless I will have them up sooner than later. So let's get on into the questions. So the first question I'm going to address was from Anna, and this was from my Instagram, and she says, what powder is good for dry skin in Bare Minerals? And I have 2 suggestions that are out so far right now, and I want to explain those carefully. I would definitely recommend the original or the Ready foundation, but there's going to be you know, kind of some pros and cons to both of these. I think if you're looking for more of a natural kind of everyday coverage that's just going to feel lightweight on your skin and won't irritate your skin if it's dry, then I would definitely go for the original. It's totally lightweight, easy to blend in, and I would say out of these 2, I probably noticed my dryness a little bit less with this one. However, the Ready foundation, and the Ready foundation is in the compact. This foundation is marketed as a hydrating foundation, so it's supposed to hydrate your skin throughout the day. It has a 12-hour wear, I believe, and I really do like this foundation. I think it works well for my skin, and most of you do know that I do have a dry skin type. The only thing is that if I feel like people who have very enlarged pores don't tend to be able to wear this foundation as well as you can with the original. I don't know what it is. I think it may be because this is a heavier formula, but just I would recommend giving both of these a try because I think that they work fine with dry skin. The only one I would recommend staying away from is the matte because it doesn't give you that luminous finish. It's kind of got a flat finish to it, and just with my experience, these 2 generally work the best. Bare Minerals is coming out with a liquid foundation, so that will be in May, and I will be doing a full review over that foundation. To my knowledge, I think it's going to be, I think they said it was like a serum foundation, so hands down, I'm just going to go ahead and say that one will probably be amazing for dry skin, but I can't say right now because I haven't used it. But for now, I would definitely say the original or the Ready foundation. And my next question was from Brittany, and she asked what non-Bare Mineral brushes are good to use with Bare Mineral foundations. And I think she said that she just had a problem with the Bare Mineral brushes shedding, which they do shed. They are made out of real animal hair. And I really only use one brush that is not Bare Minerals with my actual Bare Minerals foundation, and that is the Real Techniques large powder brush. I like using this for the Ready foundation, especially because I think it blends into the skin a little bit better than the Ready Precision Face Brush, which is the flat top brush. So this is really the only brush that I ever use with my Bare Minerals foundations other than my original Bare Mineral brushes. I I really just don't have a problem with my Bare Mineral brushes. I think they work great with the foundation, but I would definitely recommend the large powder brush because I think it gives great coverage and I think it does a really good job of blending out your foundation. I will say that I do use the Real Techniques contour brush with my Well Rested powder and my powder concealers from Bare Minerals. I think this is a holy grail brush to have for your powder concealers. It basically just whenever I put Well Rested underneath my eyes, it just smooths it out and just gives you a more flawless finish as opposed to using a flat brush and kind of just tapping it on. This brush is just amazing to smooth out that powder concealer. So I'm just going to address that. I do definitely use the contour brush from Real Techniques with my powder concealers from Bare Minerals. My next question was from Tiffany, and she asked what were the best Bare Mineral brushes to use to get full coverage with the Bare Minerals foundations. And I think it depends on which foundation you're wearing. So I do have two recommendations that I personally like. For if you're using the original or the matte, actually, now that I think of it, this brush works perfectly with all three of Bare Minerals foundations, and it's the Full Flawless Face brush. A lot of people will argue with me on my channel that the Kabuki brush has fuller coverage. I think they are exactly the same brush. I just think this one has a better application because it has a longer handle and you get a better buffing control. I'm just not a huge fan of the Kabuki brush just because of the short stubby handle. I just really prefer the Full Flawless Face brush. I think it does a great job of blending in the foundation just to give you a seamless and flawless look. So for basically all of the foundations, I think the Full Flawless Face definitely works very well. If you aren't a fan of that brush and you're kind of looking into trying out the Ready foundation, they did design the Precision Face brush. This is the flat top synthetic brush that they've designed. And basically what you do is you take your Ready foundation and you tap this brush in it and you do sweeping motions on your face. This does give a very good coverage. I will say though, it's not as good to blend into your skin as if you were to be using the Full Flawless Face brush. So this definitely does give a good full coverage, but I just kind of prefer, I guess I would say I would prefer the Full Flawless Face just because it does blend a little bit better. My next couple questions were from Mindy, and she asked me, can you use the Ready foundation on oily skin or does it leave a shine? And then also, are the Bare Mineral Cosmetic Wipes any good, and has the makeup remover, eye makeup remover changed? So to address the first question, can you use Ready foundation on oily skin? Absolutely. I don't think it leaves a shine. It's not marketed to leave a luminous finish on your skin. It's marketed to have a natural finish on your skin. So the way I describe that is it's going to be somewhere between a luminous finish and somewhere between a matte finish. It's not going to give you a lot of luminosity to your skin, but it's also not going to be completely matte. With that being said, I'm going to go back to the my statement on how I think that this foundation doesn't exactly go well with people with enlarged pores. So if you do have oily skin and more of an enlarged pore or a porous face, then again, I would probably maybe try out the original if you haven't already. This formula just tends to be a little bit thicker and may emphasize your pores a little bit more. And for the cosmetic wipes, I've actually only used those a few times and they work just as good as really any other cosmetic wipes. So if you have a drugstore favorite, I'm not going to knock you and say that the Bare Minerals ones are amazing and that you have to have them. And how has the new eye makeup remover changed? They used to have the, I think it was the ID makeup remover. It was in the little blue bottle, or it had like a blue tint to it. It was very good. Took your makeup off really nicely. Really, I haven't noticed a huge difference between the old Bare Minerals eye makeup remover and the new one. I just think the new one is kind of better at getting off waterproof, which is how it's marketed. It's a waterproof eye makeup remover. I think it may be a little bit better as far as getting waterproof eye makeup remover off. But you guys know their eye makeup remover is my holy grail, so I would definitely recommend it. My next question came from Candace, and she says, do you use Summer Bisque concealer before or after foundation? And this is a question that I get asked a lot. All of the powder concealers from Bare Minerals, the original technique is to put them on after your foundation. I have used them both ways, before and after, and I do agree that they work better as far as applying them after your foundation. If you're not happy with the way that it looks, you can use it before. I've had several people do that. A lot of people do that and are happy with it. just for me, for a full coverage look, I just think that applying it after your foundation generally does work better. Candace also asked if there was a primer that contained SPF. And yes, the new BB tinted primers do have an SPF 30 in them. As far as like my brightening primer, oil control, neutralizing, and just the original, to my knowledge, those do not contain SPF. But I do know that the new BB primer that they are coming out with is going to contain SPF 30. I know they've done a lot of like limited edition primers for QVC, like the antioxidant, so I'm not exactly sure if those contained SPF in them, but I do not think that those are like a permanent deal, so haven't really checked into those. I'm just kind of, you know, talking or referring to the permanent products Bare Minerals offers. The next question is from, she doesn't have her name on her Instagram account, so I don't really want to say her username just because I don't know if she wants that to be publicized. But she asked which foundation is better for summer. I have a combo oily skin, and she also asked which moisturizer is best. So I personally think going into summer that the original foundation is just going to be hands down your best bet. It's just lightweight, feels amazing on the skin. You can build it up to get full coverage. But for me in the summertime, I tend to find that I don't wear as much makeup, and I think the original foundation hands down works for all skin types, and I just think it's a great foundation just to honestly use year round. But definitely in the summertime, I find myself using the original the most. And then she said that she wants to know which moisturizer is best. Well, if you do have a combo or oily skin type, I would definitely recommend the combination skin moisturizer. It's the lightest weight, but it does get the job done and give you a really nice hydrating face. My next question is from Caro, and she says that she's been testing out different foundations, and when she goes back to Bare Minerals, she realizes that it emphasizes her pores and that it doesn't sit well over Porefessional, which is a benefit primer. And is there any application method to reduce the appearance of pores caused by loose foundation? First of all, I really don't think that the appearance of pores is emphasized by loose foundation. I think that if you have pores, enlarged pores in general, it's going to be tough to hide those with any foundation, whether it be liquid or powder. I generally recommend to people not to focus as much product in problem areas. So for instance, whenever I have really dry skin around my mouth, I try not to focus as much product around that area because it's really going to emphasize that. And I know that sounds silly because you may have enlarged pores around your eyes up here, and that may be where you want the most coverage, but just try using a little bit less, and I think that will definitely help. And I know you said you use Porefessional, which is a product from Benefit that I have tried and I do personally like. And I'm assuming you've tried the Bare Minerals products. Or the Bare Mineral primers. I don't exactly know what you've tried out personally, but for me, I think the brightening primer is a great primer, and I definitely think that it helps your makeup last longer, and it does help minimize the appearance of pores. So that's definitely two recommendations that I could give to Caro. And the next question comes from, let's see if I can find her name, Ashley, and she says, can you and should you use a makeup setting spray with Bare Minerals? Absolutely, you can. Maybe if you think that you put a little bit too much powder on, you want to, kind of tone it down, you can definitely use a makeup setting spray. I use the NYX Dewy Finish makeup setting spray, not on an everyday basis because I really don't feel like I need it, but hands down, you could definitely use a makeup setting spray with Bare Minerals. And my next question comes from Anna, and she says, sometimes my Ready foundation wears funny on my nose and cheeks in my oilier areas, if that makes any sense. It does this rarely, but when it does, I don't like it, and my local boutique cannot make sense of it, and they have seen other customers with this problem. I think it makes kind of perfect sense to me. In your oilier areas, your oil is breaking down your makeup, so that's why it's looking like it's peeling off. Definitely my hands down recommendation for you would be to not add more Ready foundation to it. Instead, add a touch-up mineral veil. Get one of the new Ready touch-up veils that come in the compact and touch up with that, because those are amazing oil absorbers. They will absorb your oil immediately and prevent your oils from breaking down any more product on your skin. So in my personal opinion, I just think it's your oils breaking down the makeup, and then it's kind of looking like it's peeling off. So definitely try try out I would recommend trying out just the translucent veil, because it's not going to add any more coverage or any more you know, color to your skin. It's really just going to help control that oiliness throughout the day. And my next question is again from Brittany, and she says, what other primers are good with Bare Minerals, and can you also talk about the new tinted BB primer? I do not have the new tinted BB primer yet, because the store I work at we don't have it in yet. It won't be in until March. But I'm anticipating that it's going to be really awesome. Like I mentioned, it does have an SPF in it, and it does give you coverage. So whenever I do have that up, I'll include a link somewhere up here. You know, it'll probably be you know, a month after I get this video up, but I will make sure to include a link for people who are referring back to this video, so you can check out the review over the tinted BB primer. And then she asked what other primers are good with Bare Minerals foundations. I mean, anything really. You don't even have to wear a primer with Bare Minerals foundation, in my opinion. It does help it stay on. Like I mentioned, I do have Professional from Benefit, and that works really, really well. As far as drugstore goes, I have used the L'Oreal Miracle Blur Perfecting Balm, and it works very nicely too, but I always go back to my Bare Minerals Brightening Primer, just because I think it gives you such a gorgeous and luminous finish, and it does help your makeup last longer. So as far as primers go, you really don't even need one, in my opinion. Some people will and some people won't. I guess I should say that. But for me, I guess I would just have to say that any primer is probably going to work well with Bare Minerals. Okay, so these were just the questions off my Instagram account. These were not on any other account that I have. So what I think I'm going to do is make a part 2 of this video, because I don't want this to be too long and overbearing. I don't want you to have to sift through. What I'm going to try to do is link to specific questions down in the information box. So if you're looking for a certain answer, I'm going to have all those linked down below with the times that you can go to and just, you know, review that specific question. So look forward to part 2. I will have that up shortly, and I hope that some of these questions helped you guys out, especially the people who asked them, and I hope this is going to be a good reference for people in the future who are joining my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you for sending me your questions, and I will see you in the next Q&A. Bye!